In this video, I will give a brief overview of the lesson Piecewise Functions. This lesson is found in Unit 3, which is in the first 9 weeks. It is the third lesson of Unit 3, and as you can see, it is a one-day lesson. In this lesson, students are expected to learn how to graph piecewise defined functions, write a piecewise defined function, find the output of a piecewise defined function given a graph and an equation, and give the domain and range of a piecewise function. For additional practice, students should complete the Desmos activity. This could be assigned for homework. This lesson will address standards 11, 12, 15, and 30. Students will recall how to use the point-slope form of a linear equation as well as interval notation. Point-slope form was first introduced in Unit 2 in the lesson Translations of Linear Functions, and interval notation is mentioned in the Unit 3 lesson Analysis of Functions. In this problem, students are introduced to this scenario. So the graph shows the relationship between time in hours and distance in miles from the starting point for one female club member. For students to understand that this is a distance with respect to time graph, have one student come up and model the scenario. So choose the door as the starting point, and they're going to walk away from the door at a constant rate. Then they will stop, and then they will continue walking away from the door, this time at a slower rate. And that way the kids get a visual of the 3 distinct pieces of the graph. So one thing that is new for the students is being able to write a piecewise defined function. So I've color-coded this so that they could see. So the first equation is given for them, and this one happens to be in slope-intercept form. For the second piece, we would talk about how the slope is 0. So time is moving on, but the distance is remaining the same. This third piece may give the students the most trouble, as they cannot visualize that y-intercept. Instead, they're going to have to refer back to when they used a point and a slope to write the equation of the line of that piece. One thing that has helped my students in the past is to have them highlight the 3 distinct pieces, or to use colored pencils to segment out the graph, and that has been beneficial for the students. You will now complete this lesson from a student perspective, and with your time remaining, you can visit the Desmos activity so that you can see from a student's perspective how to write the equation of a piecewise defined function as well as graph one